I don't know. I guess if I continue drawing and refining my work, eventually my work resonated with people, and I'm really grateful for that. My process when painting is a little chaotic, I think. It's always that I draw a draft, I draw the thing, and then I edit it afterwards, post process pretty much. The drawing part in between, I use a lot of techniques that vary a lot depending on my mood, I guess. I want to try a lot of different things and different ways that, for example, I see on the internet what my peers and fellow illustrators are doing. So I thought, like, oh, maybe if I do this, it would be my artwork could be a little more interesting. Maybe it always ends up looking like I didn't really do anything different, but yeah. Firstly, is the artwork for work? Because if it's for work, then I believe the most important thing is figuring out what the illustration will be used for. It's kind of a habit I got from graphic design of knowing how people interact with the medium that you're putting in. If it's for a promotional illustration for a game or an event, then I want it to be usually very lively. They usually ask for very lively stuff. I want it to be fun, lots of colors, an atmosphere. If it's for character design, I think about how people interact with the character, whether they can draw it easily, whether people can remember the outfit and the silhouette easily, like just by a glance. Is it easy to cosplay? Can you tell what kind of character it is? So yeah, it depends a lot on how the medium is used for the illustration. Yep. For personal works, I just have fun. Anything that's fun to me. Sometimes I have something I want to express or a feeling I want to express, and sometimes I just do not think at all. I just kind of bleh on the paper. Again, with making sure that my illustration fits the medium, I do want to draw something that only I can sort of express, I guess. Like, for example, if there's a lot of characters in an image, I want to sort of make sure that they differentiate between each other. I want to, try to make them interact, try to make them feel alive. Yeah, I think if I pay any special attention to something, it's probably make it look cute. I like making things look cute, so I try to, yeah, just make it cute. Probably sleep. um, or like if I'm really, really busy, I work on the next thing right away. I do not recommend it. Do not do that. I'm just really busy right now. I guess something else that I like to do, I guess, is if I have time, I probably give it a few hours or a few days after I finish the image. I just do not look at my finished image at all. And then I come back to it and see, like, oh, maybe this is a little better than I remembered, or oh, maybe I see something that I really want to fix. Because I believe when you're grinding and finishing and drawing a picture and spending hours on a thing, you're looking at it for so many hours and your eyes are just tired of it sometimes. So that's why I always take a break from it and come back to it and like judge it from there. I think that my art style has changed for the better to more like what I want it to be, what I'm more comfortable with. I believe when I've been drawing my kind of iconic, I guess, style, sometimes I'll be drawing something and then feel like, oh damn, this looks like poop. That's happened so many times to me that I've gotten used to interpreting that as my eyes have gotten better at looking at what's wrong with my picture and what I probably maybe need to refine a little bit. So whenever I feel that kind of brick in my work, that's I feel like when I start trying to refine my style just a tiny bit by bit. I feel like for me, it developed quite naturally because I just kind of felt, oh, all of a sudden, I'm not drawing as well as I remembered. I feel like I could do a lot better. So that's why I try to be very reflective of my work and just trying to see if like, oh, maybe I can sort of add a bit more detail here, sort of make this part a little rounder or such. That's how I develop my style pretty naturally, but I think it's quite different to every single other illustrator. For me, it's either digital form or die. Over the years, as I've been experimenting with different techniques and such, I've gotten pretty fond of using different kind of brushes in order to simulate texture. I like that kind of brushstrokey kind of texture on my work sometimes. I think Camera Raw on Photoshop is kind of amazing as well. The Camera Raw plugin, it's usually for photos. It's usually a tool used to touch up photos, but it's kind of amazing for illustration. I recommend it. Right now, I don't. I always have to work on the next deadline after I finish the current one. So it's just like this picture, finish this picture by this date, finish this picture by this date. While I'm doing those kind of things, my mind tells me that I still want to learn and grow with my art a lot. So I do want to experiment a lot with 3D. I want to learn a little bit more with animation and stuff like that. But as of the moment, with like actual sort of illustrative techniques that a lot of artists you probably expect an illustrator to do, around the time I was learning to draw, refining my artwork a lot, I did a few still lives, but this day, I just work. I can say what appeals to me. I can't really. I do not know why people like my work. I do not know. Thank you very much if you do. For me, I just really like drawing cute pictures. I just really like drawing the expressions, the sort of body language. I like drawing interactions. I like designing clothes very much. I like playing around with composition as well. I like manipulating a lot of art elements in order to, make a really busy picture into something easily digestible. I find those things very fun, and I feel like composition especially, I got a lot of those skills from learning graphic design. Why these appeal to the viewer, I don't know. I guess if I continue drawing and refining my work, eventually my work resonated with people, and I'm really grateful for that. When I think of the key visual for this exhibition, Pixelhawaiian exhibition, well, being very, very self-aware of the medium, I knew that the key visual would be on the windows at the front, right? So that's why I thought, oh, it's probably quite interesting if I made it a sort of loose shape, not just a square or a rectangle. So that's why I thought about drawing a diorama. with sort of the kind of atmosphere I wanted for the exhibition. I think I sent this to Pokoa-san. I sent this to Pokoa-san like a rough, and I said like, this is the key visual, and she said it was like, okay. So it's rather I did the requesting and she did the okaying rather than I got a request. For reference, I think it's quite similar to the kind of work illustrations that I do for Art Nights, because I do this kind of diorama style as well. I guess like I looked at more sort of photos and like plants, and I thought, oh, this kind of decoration would probably, if I was going to decide the decoration of the gallery, I'll probably want like wood, leaves. I want it to be comfortable. I wanted it to be reflective of the title as well. I kind of looked up those stuff. I kind of looked up what kind of feeling they had and tried to reflect that in my work. Firstly, I started with what I wanted, the list of exactly what I wanted for this key visual, which is like, if it's going to be on the windows, I want it to have like an interesting shape. I want it to have these elements. I wanted it to look sort of outdoorsy, but also comfortable. And then keeping that in mind, I came up with the main character, something that I hope defines and summarizes exactly the feel I want for Wanderlust. Firstly, I wanted to make sure there's enough room for the logo somewhere, either like below, above, or behind Owlette, which the graphic designer seemed to has chosen. I wanted there to be some sort of three, like foreground, background, and middle ground dimensionality. So it could be used for goods, I guess. And I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about the character without actually talking. So this is my character, Owlette. Birds are her friends, and she does music. That's what I thought of. Oh, and it's a sort of comfortable on a sofa feeling, exactly the kind of feeling I want for the exhibition. Yep, that's what I kept in mind. When I was thinking about the color scheme, I thought about the must-haves in this illustration to me, which is like my character and her color scheme and what would probably work for her, as well as a feeling of the outdoors-ish, a sort of magical fairy tale-like scene you get with really colorful flowers, plants, a blue sky. Yep, and just something very comfortable and natural. During the rough phase, I don't really know how far ahead. I think the rough was very, very, very rough, like stick figure, almost stick figure envision, sort of. But I've drawn a lot of these kind of illustrations before. I've drawn a lot of this comfortable, calming, lots of light, lots of warm colors kind of illustrations before, so I got a kind of idea of how I wanted it to look in the end. Personal highlights. Do you see like the little puffin friend, like next to her? I really like the design that I drew for it. One day I wish it could be a plushie. I'm not really a person that looks too far away. My whole entire life, for example, if I make a New Year's resolution, I'm not gonna keep it, no matter how hard I try. I'm not very good at like making goals like that. I do think there's a lot of illustrators that do make goals, like say, by this age I want to be this good, by this age I want to be successful and stuff like that. But I feel like personally for me, that's too much pressure personally, to say like, if I don't make this, I'm like no good. So I don't really look at the long-term goals. All I want to do is continue to have fun with whatever I'm doing, and right now illustration is giving me everything I ever wanted. So I hope this kind of feeling continues. Good artwork is finished artwork. I think subjectively, if like say like, oh, I could improve here, I could improve there, or I didn't do my best, and I still think in the end, you put your heart into something, no matter the outcome of it being something you're proud of, something you just want to forget about. If you're an illustrator, if your heart is in there, you're going to draw more pictures no matter what the outcome. So I think it's good as long as it's finished, so you can continue on the next one and continue going and improving, and yeah. Yeah, nobody knows what they're doing, but if you keep at it, there will be someone who resonates with whatever you're doing, what you're putting out to the world. It's very vulnerable to draw something and take a piece of you and show it to people. You can imagine that there's a lot of people who would say probably great things, but probably also not so nice things as well. That's just how illustration is. But eventually, if you just keep at it, just enjoy the process, trying to better yourself in illustration, trying to enjoy the journey that you've decided. As long as you keep at it, there will be people who will eventually resonate with what you bring to the table, and that will be worth it in the end. It's been such a long journey for me, and I want to continue on growing, that I would never imagine I am where I am at, like, I don't know, even 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So it will eventually pay off, but nobody knows how. You won't know how once you're here either. I don't know if I'm even here. Yeah.